Hey everybody, Spidey here, and as always, I hope you're having a marvelous day. Have I got some news for you? Upper Deck announced today, not only announced, but released that they're making DC Universe trading cards. We're going to talk about that news and how it impacts Marvel cards up next. 3, 2, 1, let's go! All right, friends, if you've been around the channel for any amount of time, you likely have heard me say that DC stands for not Detective Comics, but don't care. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't enjoy the occasional DC. In fact, I actually quite love Batman. I keep my Batman figures all around me, have quite a few of those. I even, to your surprise, I have some DC trading cards. I've got this. It's one of my favorite Todd McFarlane autograph cards. Came in a toy. Also even have DC sketch cards. This is one, Justice League, a sketch effects card here, back when Rittenhouse had the license. And so, yeah, I enjoy some of this stuff, but this is a Marvel card channel, or specifically the Spidey Hits Marvel Card and Collectibles channel, not a DC channel. So yeah, it comes up occasionally, but as it relates to the channel, just don't care. But I do think that it's important that, a universe as big as DC with as many fans as it has does have a strong trading card, production and sets. Cryptozoic has had that license most recently and has done very little with it. There's a good chance that you didn't even know that. But what about Upper Deck getting the license? That's really the question. So let's jump on Upper Deck's website and take a look at what they announced today. So I always like to do this. If you're not familiar, Upper Deck has a website called Upper Deck ePack. And on it, you can actually buy packs. And this is the announcement that was made today that Upper Deck DC Preview Trading Card Pack Superman is now available. And we see a Jim Lee Superman in the image. Here's the information for the packs. They're $4.99. And I think it's like one card per pack and it's digital, but you might be able to put those together and get some type of exclusive. Haven't really looked into all of that. But even more importantly is the Upper Deck blog write-up that they did, kind of like a news release. And here it says, Upper Deck and Warner Brothers Discovery Global Consumer Products brand expand their trading card, memorabilia, and gaming partnership to include DC comic books and characters. The first release is this annual product. Now, we just opened up a case of Marvel Annual on the channel, and this is DC Annual. Annual is they take the last previous years of comic books and stories and characters, including new characters, and they say, let's do a year in review of those comic books onto a trading card. It's really a low entry product that's really good for new collectors to get into and those who enjoy the modern characters. So it's an easy first release for them. But let's listen to what this blog has to say. It says, Upper Deck, the worldwide leader in entertainment and trading cards, games, and collectibles, today announced it's expanded its entertainment portfolio with Warner Brothers, which is the parent company of DC Consumer Products, to create a new trading card and memorabilia and tabletop games featuring DC's superheroes and supervillains. The collaboration will integrate DC's rich storytelling and iconic characters like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and the Joker with Upper Deck's vast collectible expertise to unlock a brand new era for fans to enjoy the DC universe. I'm going to jump down to the third paragraph here. This is where the meat of the news is, guys. Listen to this. Collectors can expect to see a variety of interpretations and artistic adaptations of iconic DC superheroes, including Batman, Superman, Supergirl, Wonder Woman, and highly sought-after supervillains like Lex Luthor and the Joker. Starting this winter, so in 2024, if Upper Deck actually keeps their release date, which we all know how that goes at times, starting this winter, Upper Deck will bring its industry-leading brands to the DC universe for the first time, beginning with DC Annual, Skybox Metal Universe, Batman, Fleer Ultra Superman, DC Unbound, and DC Masterpieces. Let me repeat myself. Skybox Metal Universe, Batman. That means Batman PMGs. Likely a red, beautiful red Batman PMG and a green Joker PMG. And, they're going to slide Superman in there too. But then you get Fleer Ultra Superman. And likely going to get a Superman Jambalaya, right? So they're going to take these iconic brands that have been synonymous, not only in sports, but in the Marvel card world, super synonymous with Marvel cards, and they're going to slap DC characters on them. Now, if I was a DC fan and a DC collector of trading cards, I'd be really excited. I'd be excited about the possibility of hitting a card like Batman on a PMG is going to sell for a lot of money as it relates to Marvel cards. Like it's likely going to be on par with Spider-Man. I have no doubts about that. I would be shocked if it didn't, to be honest with you. In fact, it actually might sell for more because of the scarcity of DC products, at least trading card products that trading card fans would enjoy and that sports card collectors would resonate with and understand. So this is a no-brainer for Upper Deck. And if you're a DC fan, it's a no-brainer. But how does this impact Marvel fans? This is a Marvel card channel. This is Spidey Hits Marvel cards and collectibles. This isn't Spidey Hits non-sports. We don't talk about other stuff here. What I want to know is how does it impact Marvel cards? My first question is, this feels like a competition, to me, and maybe this is just how my brain works, but it's like, hey, DC and Marvel shouldn't cohabitate. They shouldn't be on the same shelf together by the same company. They should be on two different shelves, and you have to choose which one. You can't have both. That's just kind of how I hold it, right? And I know fans are fans of both. I totally get that. Batman for me is a top 3 character. Now, not a top 3 trading card, collectible, but character in general. When you put in the total scope of movies, animated cartoons, toys, comic books, all of that together, artwork, and then trading cards, like Batman's in the top 3 for me. But I'm not a trading card collector of Batman at a high level. Just have a few things here and there. But I understand that this is really important for the DC fans and the true fans who want to collect those characters on a trading card. But how does this impact Marvel cards? Meaning, can Upper Deck actually handle the process of releasing both Marvel and DC at the same time? It already feels like it's a struggle. We've heard them talk about the struggle. We already see QC issues. How is this going to be impacted with the current amount of resources that they have? Are they expanding? Are they adding more people to the staffs? What about the artist? The artists that they have access to, are they expanding that at a great level so that we don't overtap the sketch card artists and the original art artists? Now, I believe there's likely enough undiscovered original art artists out there, but are they going to be able to do that in a way to deliver it on time so that there's not delays? Our product's going to be released at the same time. We're going to get Marvel Metal and DC Metal at the same time. We're going to get Marvel Masterpieces and DC Masterpieces at the same time. Is it going to impact the release schedules on how it impacts Marvel cards for Marvel card fans? All this just makes me wonder, there's a finite amount of resources out there that Upper Deck has access to. Are they going to increase those resources to make sure we get high quality products delivered in a timely manner without a bunch of QC issues, without, limiting, kind of dumbing down the structure and design and the info and the things that they've done really well here recently, like that we've enjoyed? Is that going to be impacted? But there's actually a bigger question that's out there. Now, the bigger question for me is this. This kind of feels like, if you've ever known someone, you're like, man, I don't know that this is an analogy. I don't know that they're going to make it. I've actually seen him flirting with this girl over there. He's married. And all of a sudden you see he's got a girlfriend. So the divorce is coming. I'm asking, is DC the girlfriend? Is there a divorce with Upper Deck and Marvel trading card license coming? Has it already happened? Is there a reason why Upper Deck went for these licenses outside of just wanting to expand its number of licenses it has access to be able to reach customers they wouldn't have access to otherwise, fandoms that they wouldn't have access otherwise? And it may just be that. But man, it's sure hard not to feel kind of the rumblings, or if you read a story and you go, hey, what's the foreshadows here? Are there context clues? Is the context clues showing us, hey, it feels like Upper Deck's been really pushing a lot of releases out a lot all at once. And yeah, we're coming off the heels of COVID, and that made sense. But we're also getting stuff like Marvel Masterpieces XL, which is a full reprint money grab that they didn't even tell Jesco about. Is that just an effort to release something with the Marvel Masterpieces license before they can't release a Marvel Masterpieces anymore? and all we're going to have moving forward is DC masterpieces? I don't know if that's the case. I would love for Upper Deck to come out and say, hey, the Marvel license is safe with us. You will enjoy Marvel trading cards at Upper Deck for many years to come. No fear. Continue to build your collections of Upper Deck branded Marvel cards. Or should we start preparing for Topps Marvel cards made by Fanatics? I can tell you this. It's not hard to see that the next 12 to 24 months is going to be really interesting for the trading card space. It's going to be interesting for a number of reasons, but what we do know is that we're now going to have DC trading cards living in the same kind of ecosystem that Marvel trading cards currently live in, with same brands. And we know that we're going to get Magic the Gathering Marvel cards. And so we're going to have a whole new set of fandoms in the nerd space coming into the Marvel card space, possibly, and vice versa. Marvel card fans are going to be moving into the DC fan space and maybe into the Magic the Gathering space. It's going to be very interesting to see how this unfolds in the next couple of years as it relates to Marvel trading cards. Spidey His channel, Lord willing, will still be here covering Marvel cards. I'm not going to just somehow morph into a non-sports channel. We'll continue to be a Marvel card channel. We'll continue to talk about how DC impacts Marvel trading cards. Maybe I'll open a box of Marvel Batman. Maybe I'll open a box of Marvel Metal Batman. Pull me a Batman PMG. I sure would enjoy that. But never fear, we're not going to turn into baddie hits or something like that. We're going to continue to be the Spidey Hits channel. And look, if you have any questions, if you do me a favor, leave me some questions down below in the comments, or just leave me your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Are you excited about Upper Deck making DC trading cards? Are you excited about them having the top brands of Metal and Clear Ultra and Masterpieces? It's going to be really hard for me to say anything other than Marvel Metal and Marvel Masterpieces. DC is not going to roll off the tongue very easy around here. But if you enjoy this kind of content, you don't want to miss any Marvel card news in the future, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and Spidey hit that bat button. It's already happening. No. Batarang that like button. No, Spidey hit that like button. But as always, I hope you have a marvelous day. There will be justice.